Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes, the forecast where we look at the stars and numbers, the astrology and numerology for an upcoming event. And in this case, it is April's 11 universal month. When the 11 shows up, it is a profound moment of presence, of walking through the gateway into only the present moment. That is what the 11 represents. It's an initiation into not looking at the future and worrying about what might happen, and not going backwards and thinking about what you could have done differently or projecting the past onto the present moment. It is truly just being in your heart, so that inspiration can come through. And 11 is the number of the psychic master. It's a master number, 1-1. 2-2, 22 is a master number, etc. But 11 is considered the master number of intuition and also teaching. So a lot of teachable moments happen during 11 cycles, and those teachable moments are all about you activating your intuition to navigate anything that comes up. So if you find yourself going to the mind and using the mind as a go-to, you will be more frustrated in an 11 cycle because the mind won't be able to navigate the whole perspective, the multi-layered dimensions and considerations for others and situations that are upcoming, and all of the dynamics that the mind isn't privy to. Only your intuition connected to the divine is able to tune in and trust in what it receives, meaning your heart is engaged with the divine wisdom. And so let's look at how the numbers stack up first of all. Why is April an 11 universal month? Well, when you add 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3, it adds up to 11. And 11 is made up of 2 ones, and 1 is the first number in numerology, so it represents new beginnings. So 2 ones for 11 represent double new beginnings, and you're basically doubling up the new fresh start factor. And that means because it's new and you're beginning a new energy, you truly are being asked not to rely on the past, because then you're using past energy. So that's why the being in the present moment factor for the number 11 is so key to feeling in tune and feeling supported. The new beginnings energy is really amplified in April because we have a total solar eclipse in Aries, and solar eclipse means new moon eclipse, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So you can imagine that this eclipse just epitomizes fresh new beginnings. And so it attracts this electric, wonderful energy that really takes you to the ledge and asks you to fly, to trust, to take a leap and go. That's the Mars Aries energy. So coupled with the number 11, it's very powerful. Now the solar eclipse also emits an 1111 code. So it amplifies the 11 energy, and that's because the eclipse happens at the very end of Aries, on the 29 degree of Aries, which is the final degree, and very late in the degree as well. It literally is minutes away from the sun moving into Taurus. So 29 sun, 29 moon, right? They're both in Aries. 29 reduces to 11. There's so many ones. So now we have a triple 11 code, Aries, and a new moon eclipse. So you can see the new beginnings factor this month is going to resonate in your heart. You will basically be looking at life in a way that you couldn't have perceived as before now. And you are also going to fire up energy to launch new things, new products, new ventures, new adventures, trying something completely new in your life, and committing to new plans and journeying to places, whether they're metaphorical or actual physical places that you haven't been to before. And this is all very exciting, of course. On the other hand, it can be intense. With all this new beginnings energy, there can be a sense of overwhelm because you may feel like you can't hang on to something that you are familiar with for security. So when we're dealing with these strong shifts of energy, they will appear in all parts of our life. It's not just in the career or love or wealth or health, the main four. It truly is going to awaken you and ask you to be present, right? Because that's the only way you'll be able to receive instructions from the divine in order to be able to move forward in every part of your life. Now, the good news about this code is the opportunities when so many 11s show up with Aries and a solar eclipse, the opportunities are as numerous as the intensity that is asking for change. So because Aries is also activated in April until the sun moves into Taurus late on the 20th, it means that you have the courage, the Mars Aries courage, to create your reality. The 11 is very much about creativity because intuitives are super creative, and intuition, and we're all intuitives, so we all are super creative. It's just that we need to wake up to that truth. So creativity is heightened, intuition and new beginnings are heightened, and then we have Mercury stationing retrograde on the 21st of April in Taurus. So literally as the sun moves into Taurus after the total solar eclipse in Aries, Mercury stations retrograde in the sign the sun enters. So that's pretty powerful because it is taking us into a direction of reflection, and we are reflecting in an earth sign now, Taurus, and so that will actually ground the super high speed energy. Remember that all the planets have been moving direct for around 3 months at this point. So Mercury is the first planet to change that pattern and station retrograde. So there will be a marked shift literally right after that solar eclipse. So again, 11 will bring the light. 11 will bring the understanding, the intuition to be utterly present so that when that shift occurs, you can tune into the ability to be grateful for whatever shows up and love that, right? So the light of the 11, 11 adds up to 29 in the Pythagorean system, and 29 is the degree of the solar eclipse, and 29 reduces to 11. So light, the word light in English, represents 11. So 11 sheds light and reveals more and more truth, which comes to light. So you are equally inspired to be present and to be open to receive. So look at what lights up for you. What is being sent for you to pay attention to? What is being made visible in your life? Because in order for you to really take advantage of all these opportunities and delight in the opportunities, you need to be so aware of what is showing up right now, every day, every moment. So take this month, this incredible month, to be open to say, I don't know the answer to that. This will create growth, and you can then, of course, ask your guides, ask Creator, ask Source to help shed light, to give you awareness. And then as you do that, you are exploring your connection with Source, which is what 11 is tuning you into. It's the two antennas, really. When you have when you look at tuning into a radio the way it used to be, you had the antennas and you move them around, or tuning a TV back in the olden days. I don't even remember that. We didn't have TV when I grew up when I was young, but I know that there were antennas that were moved around in order to get reception. So 11 is the embodiment of those antenna that you have and have always had, and they're never going to disappear. In fact, your antenna are part of your soul. So tuning in and making sure that you are placing your heart. So the tuning of the antenna is tuning into your heart, right? It's not the literal movement, but it is the move down into your heart, right? From the mind. So to be completely free in every moment of life and to show up how you want to show up and how you want to be, this is what you are being asked to do. It's really going to be on the front burner here. And I say front burner also because of Aries and Mars and being a fire sign, and you're being fired up, right? So when you get hit by a challenging situation, right? Something shows up and it's throwing you off guard. And of course, we all experience this. It's part of growth, part of being human. Focus on that whatever it is that shows up, that it's going to be far better than you can imagine. And the key is then you can imagine, because then you're putting your trust in the divine. And as you say that to yourself, that things will work out far better than I can imagine, and that it's going to be to my advantage, and that I trust in divine timing, meaning what showed up for me now is truly meant to show up because I'm ready for it. And though I don't feel ready for it, though it feels like it's, an imposition and I don't want to deal, whatever it is, I trust in the divine timing. So you're turning around the perspective into the connection to the divine, instead of your mind hammering in that, through fear that, hey, I'm not ready. So one of the things that really, really helps when these months show up and years show up and days show up that are very, very intense is to be very aware of your own code in terms of how you naturally respond to life in general. And that is revealed in your birthday and your birth certificate name. And I've created a special free masterclass that you can access at blueprintclass.com that allows you to discover your divine blueprint. When you become aware of the code that's revealed in your birth promise, your birthday and your birth certificate name, your destiny, your life purpose, you truly are in touch with your soul. And your soul speaks through the heart. And so this class is designed to awaken you to your divine blueprint. So head on over to blueprintclass.com. You'll see it's really easy. You get a handout. It shows you exactly how to actually discover what your code is. And then we walk through it together. So enjoy that and have a beautiful month of April. And I'll see you in next week's Star Codes forecast. Lots of love.